What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the Daiwa Salt Pro Minnow, also known as SP Minnow, to the Yo-zuri Hydro Minnow LC. Now, like most people, I've done so much fishing with the SP Minnow, have a lot of trust in it, caught a million fish on it, and the Hydro Minnow's a little newer to me, but I have done well with it so far this spring. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over some of the differences, and then I'll show you how they both swim. Now, starting off with the appearance, they basically have the same profile. The Hydro Minnow might be a little thicker than the SP Minnow, but overall basically same presentation. The Hydro Minnow's got a bigger eye. Now, as you'll notice, the SP Minnow has a slightly bigger lip than the Hydro Minnow, and that really impacts the way they swim, which is pretty much the most main difference between the two. The SP Minnow seems to swim noticeably deeper in the water column, and the Hydro Minnow's a little higher up in the water column. So if you're fishing a more shallow, bay, the Hydro Minnow's probably a better choice. They also have a slightly different action. I've noticed the SP Minnow kind of zigzags back and forth in a little more dramatic fashion, whereas the Hydro Minnow has a little more of a tighter wobble to it as it swims through the water. Now, as far as the hardware, the split rings and the hooks, I've heard people say different things. Some people think that the SP Minnow comes with better hardware. Some people think that the Hydro Minnow comes with better hardware. I find, they're both pretty good. The only thing I change on both of them is I always upgrade the split rings, but the hooks I pretty much leave. All right, now let's take a look at how they both swim. All right, first let's try the SP Minnow. See, the SP Minnow swims deeper than the Hydro Minnow, and it's got a bigger wobble to it. All right, now for the Hydro Minnow. I think it's not going to swim as deep, mainly because the lip is slightly smaller. Let's compare the action. The Hydro Minnow swims slightly higher in the water column, and it's got a tighter, pulsation to it. A tighter back and forth. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and if you don't already fish the Hydro Minnow, I highly recommend that you pick up a couple.